Okay, so this is just some modelling of how to do task 2 if you are stuck at all. Okay, so obviously we want to open the document Year 11 Unseen Poetry, which I've attached separately, and read the poem once to try and understand it. Okay, so yesterday, it seems only yesterday I balanced a tiny foot on my palm and marveled that anything so perfect could be so small. Now I can fit my hand in when I clean your shoes. I can remember when I was centered round you, feeling your feet, strong and determined, testing the strength of my rib cage, your hard heels distorting my belly. Now I wave you off in the morning and turn away to continue with my work, unhindered by your eager face, grateful to be able to make my own pace, yet tuned to your return. In time, the distance we put between us will deprive me of your grace. Until then, each simple, homely act like rubbing this polish into your shoes will focus my imperfect love. Okay, so I've read it once. Okay, so my second thing to do is to read and highlight keywords from the question. Okay, so let me just have a little look at the question. Okay, so I need to make sure I'm reading from the top. Read the 2 poems Yesterday by Patricia Pogson. Okay, done that. And Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Both poems describe the relationship between a parent and child. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that. I know it's not in the main part of the question, but that is really, really important. Really important, because now I know the topic of the poem. Write about the poem Yesterday by Patricia Pogson and its effect on you. Okay, well, all that tells me is I'm just going to write about the poem. This is the important bit. I am writing about how is the relationship between a parent and a child presented. That is the important bit. Okay, actually, do you know what? I am going to just put its effect on you as well, because I am the reader, and that's a nice little reminder to use that aspect of my paragraph. Okay, read the poem again and highlight keywords and phrases from the poem Yesterday. Well, I know that my questions do with the relationship between a parent and a child, and I know that I want 3 to 4 quotes from beginning to end. So actually because this word yesterday is repeated a couple of times, I'm actually just going to highlight that. So that's kind of like the first thing I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to use that word now as well. Maybe I'll just highlight the whole thing just for the moment. I might not use all of it when I write my essay. Okay, your feet strong, and I can remember when I was centered round you. I was centered round you. That's really nice. I might use that. I might possibly end up highlighting more than 3 or 4 and thinking about which one I want to write about later. I was centered around you. I like the idea about that. That kind of means like your world's like revolving around that person. Now I wave you off in the morning, turn away to continue to my work, unhindered by your eager face. Oh, that's quite interesting, doesn't it? The idea that maybe a child can hinder a parent, but actually a child is like kind of eager. So that's quite nice. I might use that. I definitely that's really interesting. My imperfect love. I definitely want to write about the last line of the poem. Okay, so I've got 3 to 4 bits highlighted. Annotate the events from beginning, middle, and end. Remember to keep focused on the poem. Okay, so now remember when you're annotating, you can just add a comment in. So I'm just going to do that and then click on my add comment button. Okay, so yesterday it shows a reflection on the past parent-child relationship. Okay, so we've got kind of the repetition suggests, well, it suggests how important yesterday is. Maybe it's how important the memories are. I'm going to put that in a little question mark. Now remember, if you're making a comment, make sure you press comment, because then it posts the annotation. Okay, now I can fit my hand in. I'm just going to highlight that, add a comment. So now suggests things are different. And obviously at the start it talks about a tiny foot, so it's talking about a baby. Now I can fit my hand in when I clean your shoes. So if the mum can put the hand in the shoes, and clearly the child's like really grown up. So suggest things are different now the child has grown up a lot more. I'm just going to put like maybe young adult. Probably not a complete adult because she's cleaning his shoes, so it feels like the child's still living at home. So I'm just going to add that. I can remember when I was centered around you. So centered around you, that's actually imagery of pregnancy. Imagery of pregnancy, but also maybe suggests parent focus just on the child, maybe like very unselfish parenting, perhaps. Okay, remember, I'm just kind of annotating. I don't want to be spending any more than 5 or 6 minutes doing my plan. Unhindered by your eager face. So that's in a paragraph, that's in a stanza that starts now. So I know that's talking about grown up. So idea that the parent is hindered by the child. So hindered means kind of like getting in the way. So this is perhaps quite a selfish view. I'm just going to put a question mark. I might come back to that. Your eager face. So now I waved you off unhindered by your eager face. Oh, okay. So now the child's leaving home. So now she's unhindered. So actually, it's not the parent is hindered by the child. It's the parent was hindered by the child when the child was young. Selfish view, perhaps. Eager suggests the child really happy with the relationship. I think it's the idea that young kids are always kind of like, do this, do that, help me, help that. Believe me, I know that feeling. Okay, and then I'm good. The last one, my imperfect love. Okay, well, I think we've got, I'm just going to scroll down a bit. So the last line focuses on love between parent and child, but also acknowledges that parental love is not perfect. And we know that because she kind of moans, yeah, my imperfect love, kind of this, maybe a ref back to that idea of selfishness, perhaps. Okay, so I've got a few things that I can do there.